What's up? It's me again, talking about kettlebells because I'm about to go to the gym after having had dinner, which was chicken and steamed broccoli and green beans, which was quite tasty. I do enjoy that meal, and that's the right kind of food that I need to be eating in order to be healthy, get this weight loss back on track. I didn't have a very good weekend food wise. I was using the weekend as an excuse to be a little bit indulgent. Ended up eating way more bad things than I did good things, and way more bad things than I wanted to. But anyway, it's fine. Self-reflection is the key. Once you know what you've done wrong, I don't necessarily think there is such a thing as right and wrong, but obviously mistakes can be made. So once you make a mistake, readjust and move on from there. I'm going to try and do this all the time now and bring up a little quote or some sort of inspirational message before we start. It's not about the goal, it's about growing to become the person that can accomplish the goal. Saw that ages ago, thought it was good enough to keep, and I really like that. One thing that I think is very important if you want to succeed in something is to fall in love with the process and not really worry too much about the results. Obviously, if there's something you want, then the result is an end goal, and that's where you eventually want to end up. But I think that's not necessarily the healthiest way to picture your journey to whatever it is, whether it's fitness or strength or health or a financial goal. The point isn't to think, when I get there, then I'll be finished. The point is to fall in love with the process of what it takes to get you there, so that then you keep those habits, you keep them going. There's no point getting to like £1 million and then thinking, well, I can just quit doing what I did to get here and then spend it all, because you'll end up back where you started. And the same is true of fitness. Currently, I'm really enjoying being at the gym, and I'm really enjoying using the treadmill. Not the treadmill. I don't like the treadmill at all. Really enjoying using the kettlebells. I'm really happy to have found a sort of weighted exercise that I feel passionate about, rather than something like I've said in previous videos. With free weights and machines, it would always felt like you have to go do your 12 sets or do your 3 sets of 12 reps for each exercise. You do chest and back this day. I never really liked that. What I like about the kettlebells is you go in and you can just sort of play around with them, and even play is beneficial. So yeah, become the person that can accomplish that goal rather than worrying about the goal itself. It's all about falling in love with the process, and I think that's the best possible way to achieve anything. If you don't love the process, then any action you take towards that end goal is going to feel like a struggle. It's going to feel like something you don't really enjoy doing, and I just think it's not sustainable. Jesus Christ, I'm so prophetic. I had a bit of a gym mishap the other day. When I made a video saying that I was going to take a day off from the 200 kettlebell swings, I completely didn't do that, and I ended up doing the 200. So I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It could be good in the fact that I've got stickability and just wanted to go and do it, but it could be bad in the sense that I'm not respecting my body's urge to have a rest. But I managed to do it, and I feel fine now, so clearly it wasn't a wrong decision. But yesterday when I was at the gym, I had a little mishap, which was quite embarrassing. But it's fortunate I don't tend to get embarrassed anymore. Basically, I took my resistance bands down because I wanted to do some, in between kettlebell swings, just some sort of like exercise to activate the biceps and the shoulder muscles. So I would do 20 swings, do another 20 swings, and then I just use the resistance bands to sort of do some bicep curls and shoulder lateral raises. And then after that, I thought I would use them to do some pull downs. So I went to the pull-up bar and the monkey bar section they've got, and I chucked this over the top so that this was hanging on the bar. What I didn't realise is there was a slight gap in the place that I'd hung it. So when it was loose like this, it fit perfectly nicely, didn't fall through the gap, so I didn't know there was a gap there. But obviously when you stretch and this becomes thinner, as I got on my knees and began to pull down, the bands thinned out, slipped through the gap, and completely slapped me across the very center of the top of my head, which caused three ladies who were standing maybe like 2 feet away to look over and be like, what the fuck happened? I didn't realize what had happened at the time either, so I asked them what happened. At first I thought, in your stupidity, when something happens, your brain's not working. I thought maybe I'd pulled down one of the metal structures or something, because both me and the bands are that strong. And then realized that I'd been slapped across the head and had to just laugh it off. And it was great. It was very funny. So I got to try and not do stuff like that in future. It wasn't even a worthy exercise because the bands weren't tight enough to actually get a good pull. I should have just gone on the machine and done it. But basically, I just wanted to get the movement going. I'm all about mobility today. I'm going to go to the gym now at 8:30. It's now 7:50. Go to the gym, get my 200 swings done, and then I'm going to mess around with some movement and a little bit of animal flow, and I'm going to take the bands down and just get my joints going, maybe try and do some balance work and see how it goes. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. If I could just get my food on track like it used to be and keep the training going, I can see myself being in a much better place in this summer than I am now and that I was last summer. And I think that's important as well. You've got to make decisions now that are going to benefit your future self. Listening to Dave Ramsey talk about finances, he always mentions, wealthy people make decisions that will affect them in 20 years' time, and other people who aren't wealthy make decisions that will affect them on the weekend. So I want to change my mindset now to, rather than thinking, it goes back to another quote that I enjoy, which maybe I should say for another video, but we'll talk about it now, which is, don't give up what you want most for what you want now. And I think the idea of delayed gratification is powerful. I would smash a pizza or a burger or something every night if I could, but I understand it's not good for me and it's not going to get me where I want to be in a few months' time. So it's important to delay the gratification of what you want and realize that if you do it's not even necessarily hard work. It's not hard work now to eat healthy. It's completely enjoyable, and it's completely unenjoyable when you do have a bad like a cheat meal or a bad meal, because the next day you get that food hangover and you feel like a shit. Anyway, you all know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go and do these swings. Hope everyone has a good week. I know I'm going to, because I make my own good weeks.